Let's talk.
Giles Brown.
Life. Don't talk to me about life.
Yes, indeed. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. I'm into the final stretch here, having done Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, Daybreak and this show. So what I'm looking forward is a smooth ride, sailing across the mill pond of broadcasting with a glint in my eye, a song in my heart, and an undescribable but worrying sensation and rumbling from my lower quarters. Good morning, Michael. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, but as my wife always says to everybody she introduces me to, he comes with no guarantees. One of my favourite sayings is "No is a sentence."
Right. Okay.
People say to me, "Would you like to come over for dinner tonight?" And I go, "No."
Simple as. Short, sharp, to the point.
No reason to explain anymore. Just no. No is a sentence. And as soon as you remember that, everything's good. Apparently, we're flying blind today.
We don't
know what I want to talk about.
I've got no idea. Can I just, but before you sort of like three things, right? One, I just spoke to John Richardson, who was the drummer of the Rubettes, Sugar Baby Love, right? You remember? Right. And he's an incredible, you know how they were, and he's now this incredible spiritual, Hare Krishna type person, right? So we are basically, he is the yin to your yang. Obviously, you being the international man of misery. He's talking about, the endless light and the circle and coming back as, the whole bit. And it was most entertaining. I thought we were going to talk about sort of, mud and tiger feet and being backstage with Shawadi Wadi, but not a bit of it. Were you a Shawadi Wadi fan?
No, but they used to come into my shop in Camden Town. Didn't they have two drummers?
Yeah, they might have had two. No, Shawadi Wadi had two drummers. You are correct.
Yes, they used to come into my shop. I had a big menswear shop in Camden Town back in the very late 60s, early 70s. And they all used to come in for their jeans and stage bits and pieces. They were very smart. They used to wear like the little bow ties.
I remember, indeed, and
very, very, very good. Yeah, very, very entertaining.
There was a type of shoe called a brothel creeper, if you remember correctly, weren't they?
That's right. It was a big suede shoe with crepe soles. I must admit, I've worn them once or twice in my lifetime.
But the other thing was, I was also there. There's a thought you can keep to yourself. I'm just talking. There's a report on, because you've had trouble with your leg and whatever. There's a footballer called Kylian Mbappe who plays for Real Madrid. He's French, but hey, and he's at Real Madrid. He tore the ligaments in his leg, which is a very nasty thing to do. And the doctors of Real Madrid, fabulously wealthy football club, sent him out and couldn't realise why he was complaining so much. And they got him back in after he played 3 games. They'd scanned the wrong leg, Michael.
Well, it's a bit hard. There's a choice of two and it's 50-50.
Isn't that Derek and Clive? Yeah, when I saw that leg.
Yes. And another. I'm busy dropping names today.
Come on, then, here we go.
Peter Cook. I was very good friends with Peter Cook as well.
Oh,
when I was years. Yeah. Well, because I had this a video shop in Hampstead.
Right.
I had all these very famous people coming into the shop. Bob Hoskins, Tom Conti, Peter Cook. Peter Cook literally lived in the yard next door, and he got so annoyed with people parking outside his front door, he bought a car that he never drove and just parked it outside his front door. And he one day came into the shop and said, "Do you want to go to a party?" Which was just lunchtime,
right?
And I said, "Yeah, fantastic, let's go." He said, "Where?" I said, "Where are we going?" So going over to my friend's house. He's got a pub in his back garden, and he took me over to Ronnie Wood's.
No,
and that's how I got to meet Ronnie Wood. Yeah,
my flabber is officially gasted.
But then, of course, Ronnie Wood is a very good friend of Ronnie. My Ronnie O'Sullivan, who's also who you've met.
Yes, indeed.
We came to the studio.
Yeah, I'd forgotten you were bringing. I'd forgotten you were bringing him, which was quite interesting when he walked and said, "Hi, I'm Ronnie," and I was like, "I know."
Sorry, I've not dropped a few. And I can drop a few more if you want.
Go on then, as it's. I'm just intrigued because you mentioned Bob Hoskins. Of course, it is the Long Good Friday today, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Bob Hoskins was used. Well, the funniest one was Gabriel Byrne.
Yeah, the actor. Miller's
I
Crossing.
didn't recognise it, and he came in and said, "Have you got a film called?" I think it was 1492 or something. It was he played the. I can't remember the
Christopher Columbus or one of the explorers.
Yes, he played Christopher Columbus, and I didn't recognise him. He said, "Have you got this film so whatever it was?" And I said, "No." I said, "But I've got this other one which is much better." And I said, "Is there any reason why you particularly want that one?" He said, "Yes, because I'm starring in it."
How do you get yourself out of that hole, Grumps, when you say that?
I'm so sorry, sir.
I hope you'll make better movies.
And then, there was loads of them. I banned Dame Edna.
You banned Dame Edna? What, from?
Well, not Dame Edna, but
Barry Humphries.
Barry Humphries used to come in with Peter Cook so drunk that they couldn't stand up, and they knocked all of my rails over with my films on it. And I had to sling them both out to them not to come back until they were sober. Anyway, I'm sure that's bored everybody to tears.
Oh, that's genius. Hang on. So you got Peter Cook, and Barry, presumably he was doing his Les Patterson. He was doing research for his role, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, but every day, 24/7, he was doing research.
Yeah. It was method acting. So, right, we've got 20 minutes. I've got no idea what you're going to come out with next, so here we go.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with my bank. Right, one of the banks that I use. I use a couple of banks just in case one goes broke and loses all my money, which is not a lot. I needed to take a screenshot of a transaction, and I took the screenshot, opened up the photos, and there it is, black.
Okay.
And I found out that this particular bank will not let you take screenshots of your own account.
Okay, because
so
you're
I'm wondering why. It's you're in your own bank account. You've gone through all the facial recognition, fingerprints, numbers.
Yeah.
All you want to do is someone says that I paid them €30 or whatever it was. I'm just sending them a screenshot to show them that I did.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you're not. You should march down. I was going to say you should march. I was going to say you should march down, but you can't. So therefore, one should employ somebody to go down and actually print it out. Could you not? You see, that's when you need. Could you not get? No, because you can't take a screen.
Yeah, but no, but you've got all these gadgets. You've got all these things that do everything.
Yeah.
You've got all their apps.
Yeah.
You jump through the hoops to sign up and do this and do that. Or it's a very simple thing. I just want to take a screenshot of my own bank account. It's mine. It's my bank account.
This is a Spanish bank, isn't it? Is it, Michael? This is a Spanish bank account, Grumps.
But the other thing is, then at least make me, if they're worried about it, make me sign something to say that I don't hold them responsible if my information with this particular photograph. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just. Go on.
You know, there used to be the thing like the bank that likes to say yes.
Well, there's a bank that likes to say, they don't even say maybe now.
They say no. How dare you? It is not your bank, it is our bank, and we are keeping your screenshots.
So anyway, so that's that one.
All right.
Then, about 11:45 the other night, I'm just settling to go to bed, and I get a message comes up. I've mistakenly sent you €15 on Bizum. You know what Bizum is?
Yes.
It's an interbank payment system that Sabadell's got and a few others have got. So this person has said they've sent me €15 by mistake. Could I please send it back to them? And sorry for the inconvenience. So I thought, I don't like the sound of this. But why would someone send me? Who's sending people money at 11:45 at night? Yeah. It's a good time to do something where you can't phone the bank and check it up. Anyway, I look at the Sabadell account and the €15 is in there. So he has sent me the money. So then I get onto the internet to all my favourite, Google, Grok, ChatGPT, every AI thing possible. And it tells me that this is a well-known scam. And what they do is they do send you the €15, a small amount, and it is in your bank account. But then what happens is you send them back the €15. So you send them their money back, but then they recall the €15 that they sent you. Are you following the scam?
So is it like a Trojan horse and they're in there and they can get in there?
No, nothing to do with it. It's just they've just nicked 15. They've sent you €15. You've sent it back,
and then they recall the 15.
Right?
So they got 30.
And then they recall it. That they get their bank to contact your bank, and they can recall it. It's something that you can do with PayPal too. There's PayPal as well. If you send PayPal to an individual, you can recall it. That's why the scam is on like eBay. When people pay on eBay, if it's a company or they pay for a company, you can't recall it. If you pay money to an individual, well, it might be the other way around. No, if you send the money to a company, you can recall it. But if you send it to an individual, you can't.
Right.
So that's why if you ever buy anything on eBay and they say, no, don't send it to the company, send it to me, you've lost your money. There's so many scams where people recall it, or they say, I'll send you, say you buy something for €100. I say, okay, do me a favour.
In my case, normally a car, Grumps.
Yeah. It's top of range for you.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly.
But then what happens is that they ask you to send them £200, and can you refund me? Send me £100 for back. I'll overpay you because I've got a problem with my bank. Anyway, there's so many scams. You've just got to watch out for them all the time. But this Bizum one, the money actually, I've checked this morning, is still there. So they haven't recalled it yet. But I also phoned the bank and got them to look into it as well. And they said, okay, well, we'll deal with it now. Hopefully they've given the guy's phone number to the police and whatever, and let them deal with it. So that's my banking stuff this week.
Good grief.
Got a great thing from Apple the other day.
Go on,
an update.
Go on. Do you know Apple's 50 years old, by the way? 50 years of Apple.
Well, it's funny you should talk about age. It's funny you should talk about age because they want proof that I'm 18.
That you're 18?
They've sent me through something in my settings that stops me going on to play Pokemon or whatever it is games because they don't know that I'm over 18. So I did get hold of some, sent them an email and said to them, well, look, here's the thing. I don't want to jump through the hoops, right, which you want me to do, which is scan the back of my front and back of my driving licence or my NIE or my bank card or my credit card to prove that I'm 18. Here's a clue. My first account with you was 17 years ago.
Right.
I've had an account. I've had my iPhone account, my Apple account with you for 17 years. So, right, the clue is in the 17. Right. I've got in my Apple wallet, 4 or 5 different credit cards and debit cards, all of which you've got to have to be 18. Like you have to be 18 to have. I don't want to give you any more information. I don't want to give you any more photo ID. I don't want to give you anything more that can go. I don't want any more face recognition or give you anything more that can be used in your algorithms, right, to cause me more aggravation. So at the moment, I've not downloaded this new.
You could have been
I'm not doing it.
Just coming in saying, please tell me that Grumps, at the end of this, he took the €15, moved it to another account so the guy couldn't recall it.
You can't. It's just no. It's a weird thing. You can't just move that €15.
Right.
It goes on to whatever you've got in the bank. So I can take €15. But I've notified the bank that it was a scam. So I think they might be holding on to it anyway.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's just such a nuisance. I've got a question for you.
Go on then.
What flavour is brown sauce? So you've got tomato ketchup, it's tomato ketchup.
Yeah.
You've got mustard, all different things, it's mustard.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got apple sauce, mint sauce, right?
Yeah. What is brown
then
sauce?
you've got this oddity out there.
Yeah.
And it's called brown sauce.
Yeah. And what's in it? Yeah.
What's it taste of?
Well, you see,
what is the flavour of brown sauce?
The clue is in my surname, Michael. It's an old traditional family recipe that we have. It's passed down from generation of Moreno to Moreno. It's funny, I mean, people, because it's like Liam Perrins, because Liam, Worcestershire sauce, as the Americans would call it. It's that was yeah. It's Worcester, for goodness sake. Anyway, but because that came from India, and some giddy guy in the Raj tried to remake it when he got back to his home, when he came back to his officer went to live in a nunnery or a vicarage somewhere, and he tried to recreate that, and it was awful, and then he let it sit, and somebody came like 5 years later and thought, that's quite nice, and it matured. I've got no idea. Just to let somebody's trying to call in on the landline. Due to the wonders of modern technology, if you call on the landline, Mike can't hear you. And so it gets a bit silly because it's like going, okay, person says this, and then he might looks at me.
Oh, that's all right.
All right, okay, all right. In that case, if you're being, I mean, it is Easter. I mean, I suppose we've got to do good things for each other. Here we go. So I go, Bish, back. No, has he got Mike? Are you there? Still? You're still there. Grumps, are you there?
I'm still here.
All right, you're still there. Fine. I'm just checking. All right. Morning, caller. You're live on TRE. What have you got for the Grumpmeister?
Hi, Giles. I was just thinking, maybe it's just too obvious. It seems odd that Mike can't get a screenshot of his bank.
Yeah.
And he's wondering why. I would tend to phone the bank and ask them.
Yeah, okay, so it seems that the question is, okay, from the mystery caller, it seems a bit odd, so why don't you call the bank and ask them, says Mike. Says John in...
Ask them what?
Well, you can't get a screenshot.
Because you can't get through to anybody at the bank.
Because you can't get through to everybody at the bank, that's why, you see?
It's everything's press this, press that. Go online, it's too much aggravation to try and speak to someone at the bank. Press one, then you get the robot, who then doesn't understand what you're saying. And can you imagine talking to AI asking them why I can't take a screenshot? I mean, what they're going to say is for your own protection.
Yeah,
but I'm quite capable of protecting myself, I think.
Yeah, well, I've got we're actually getting feedback. I thought we might get this. We're getting feedback down the line, like Jimi Hendrix is in Fuengirola with that one.
I'm sorry, it's the only way I can listen to what Mike's saying.
I know. We have. That's why we don't take the phone calls in. Anyway,
Mike said he didn't know why he couldn't get a screenshot and it came up black.
Yes,
and he was sort of asking us effectively why.
Yes,
I said, isn't it logic to phone his bank and ask them?
I know that. Well, yes, he says, but he can't get through to the bank because it's always on a machine. You see, this is not. It's because he always gets through to something. If you've got a problem with a thing, press 1. If you've got something, press 2. If you've lost the will to live, press 3. Samaritans available, press 4. It's also that things. You see what I'm saying there? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I had a bank like that, and I changed my bank.
Exactly. Well, anyway, listen.
Okay.
Good to hear from you. Have a great weekend,
thanks,
indeed. So there you go. Right.
What was the last bit? I missed it all that, obviously.
Just press if you're losing the will to live. Press 7. Okay, yeah. If you want the monster life universe and everything, press 42.
The other thing is, so what? The most famous brown sauce, of course, is HP, isn't it?
Houses of Parliament.
What's it stand for?
Houses of Parliament.
Oh, you know that?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was high purchase.
Harry Potter sauce.
Yeah, I never knew that, but not many people know that. I didn't know that myself.
But there's a Palace of Westminster on the front of the HP sauce, isn't there? And do you know that the HP sauce and Daddy's are made by the same company, Mike? This is how interesting my life is.
Well, the other thing as well is because it's Easter, Easter eggs are about.
Yeah.
I looked into the chocolate I've been eating lately doesn't seem to be like the old chocolate that I used to taste. Like Cadbury's used to be really milky and creamy, like a really nice bit of chocolate.
This is not the Brexit I voted for, Mike. This isn't the Brexit I voted for.
Being diabetic, of course, I'm very partial to a bit of chocolate.
Of course.
But I just also realised that none of the big British company chocolates that we used to know about, Cadbury's, Nestle's, and all that, they're not owned by any British companies anymore. They're all owned by American companies. Did you know that? Cadbury's is not.
Is that why the Curly Whirly has shrunk? You would have thought if it was Americans, the Curly Whirly would be like the size of an 18-wheeler, because the Americans supersize everything. So how come, Michael, my Curly Whirly has shrunk? Careful how you say that. I shouldn't have said that, should I? I just realised what I said.
Have you thought about not going in such cold water? Giles, pull yourself together now. I can't hear you. Turn the sound down.
It's been a long week. Sorry. I can't believe I just said my Curly Whirly has shrunk. Oh, blimey. Go on, keep talking. Right. Keep talking. It's you know, I didn't think it would happen to me, but there you go.
But all the British chocolate brands have been acquired by foreign US companies now.
Right.
Cadbury's, Nestle's, all of them, everything. I don't think there's one traditional British brand of chocolate which is still owned by the Brits.
So if it's all owned by the Americans, Grumps, I ask you this, why haven't they returned the Texan bar then? Because that was a staple of my 70s childhood. Takes a time of chewing.
I don't even remember that.
Don't you? Wagon wheels?
I don't remember that, no. Wagon wheels you couldn't hold in one hand. When I used to go, we used to have them every after I used to go swimming.
Yeah.
You used to have a wagon wheel and a hot chocolate, and you actually had to hold it in two hands because it was the size of a wagon wheel.
I actually learned to float.
Now it's like a peppermint.
It's a wafer thin mint, as the saying goes, Mr. Chris.
A wafer thin mint.
A wafer thin mint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about EasyJet and my daughter.
Okay. Come on then. What's the connection between? He said with a trembling voice, "What's happened with EasyJet and the heir to the Senker millions?"
Well, what happened was she had a flight cancelled due to bad weather. She was going to Berlin, and they cancelled the flight. But then they said they could get her on another flight. She was flying from Gatwick. So they get her on another flight, but she'd have to get to Birmingham to get on this flight.
Oh yeah, okay.
So she's bought this other flight, and she's then got on a train to Birmingham. And when she gets to Birmingham Airport, they've cancelled that flight as well.
Oh no!
Yeah. So it's all right. It happens. It's weather. It's nothing anybody can do, but. They told her they said that the only flight we can get you on or the only way to get to Berlin today or tomorrow is to get this one from Birmingham.
Yes.
So she had to pay for train fares, expenses, hotels. Anyway, what happened was that she sent in a claims form for her expenses, and they came back and said, no, we're not giving you any expenses because you pressed refund. She said, well, yeah, I pressed refund because that's what I thought refund meant, is you refund everything. You know, everything that I'm out of pocket, you refund. No, we only refund your fare money. You don't refund because you could have pressed another button somewhere.
Right.
And that, but this is all being done now on press 1, press 2, press 3, press 4. Yeah. She's now trying to speak to a human being. So she's been online, she's been on the website, she's been on the app, she's pressed all the buttons. She actually got to speak to one human being who said, sorry, I can't do anything about it. Go onto the internet and go from there. And at the moment, she's got a refund back for her flights, the flights that were cancelled, but nothing. They're not interested in paying any of her expenses.
That's
so EasyJet. What the problem is we need to get back to being able to speak to human beings,
preferably in the country in which the company is situated. There's no point phoning.
Even if I'll even go for the. Listen, I've spoken to people. I spoke to, I think it was Vodafone, and the woman was feeding her baby. Right? because she's working from home.
Yeah.
She's got, sitting there watching.
Tell me she's doing the car in the garage thing, or is she feeding her baby?
Well, I don't know. You just said that you can hear the baby in the background.
Ah, right.
You know,
Okay, fine.
You know what I'm saying is you're not talking to an office. You're not got any. But all I ask for is for that these companies to start employing. They've got so many people, kids making algorithms, this, that, and the other. Just get someone to answer the phone and help me with my problem, or in this case, help Sarah with her problem. It's a very simple thing. You cancel both the flights. You book me on another flight. All I want back is my expenses, and hopefully, I'm not out of pocket because it wasn't my fault.
Right then. Go. So, cocoa, this is in from Pompey morning. The cocoa content has been reduced. Yorkie bars are smaller because only dwarves drive lorries now. That's according to his theory. Meanwhile, my bank does the same thing. This is Ian. My bank does the same thing regarding screenshots of bank statements, security against fake details in scans, etc. Mr. Grump's on. Form as always. Nestle is Swiss, I think, but they've all gone abroad. And Sam says, the Americans have changed the ingredients. Is there nothing they won't stoop to? They've changed the ingredients, and the chocolate we're talking about, and there's a massive boycotting of this brand at the moment. Funny stuff, this whinging. It's working well. Oh, whinging is working well, Grumps.
Good.
And
finally,
we've been sent a Google link. We've been sent a Google link to say, but I'm not going to click on it because it's a Google link. It could actually get into this account here and get rid of my 15 pesos or whatever. Right, 1 minute and 13 seconds. You have the floor, oh Grumpmeister.
Well, it's actually my wedding anniversary today.
Well,
I've been married for 30. I think I've been married for 37 years. 38 years. 38 years I've been married today.
Did you hear that? The hallelujah?
Yes.
Right, surely good. That's
yes.
And that's for her, by the way.
Not for me. No, she should get a medal. Absolutely. Putting up for me for all these years. 40 years she's put up with me.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean...
41 years. 41 years. So, happy anniversary to my darling wife.
Oh, you big sod.
And if my daughter's listening, I hope I covered your EasyJet complaint.
And now it's on the international media. That'll be it. I mean,
the last thing is, I like Bounty, which is the chocolate bar. And when they gave it to me, I thought it was one of the little mini ones that you get in the tins, And it wasn't. It was the grown up one.
You see.
I think we'll leave it today on the chocolate.
We'll leave it today on the fact that the taste of paradise is getting smaller, and my curly whirly has shrunk, and so that, oh Grumps,
that is a memory which I'm going to stick with all day today, and I'm going to have to bathe my eyes in salt water.